I looked it up, and I don't know how to pronounce the word. It's Xyst or something.
Exist?
No, not exist. Xyst. It starts with the X.
Is it an English word?
Well, yeah, no, it's a word from the English dictionary.
I can't believe you know it and I don't. But talk about it. What does it mean?
Well, let's say we pronounce it as exist.
Exist.
And in ancient Rome, there was a covered garden walk, or one lined with trees, and I found the covered garden. I found it a cool metaphor for what's happening a lot of the time with us now, with the whole Corona thing, but normally as well. That there is so much hidden from our sight, like the covered garden, which we can't see, of the coverted garden, which we can't see, and there is so much. To me, what came up was there is so much hidden well-being within ourselves, but also within the universe, within everybody. But we don't see it. We are looking at and watching our thinking all the time. We experience our thinking all the time, and our thinking is so attractive and compelling. And because our consciousness, or not our consciousness, but the consciousness, universal consciousness, makes all these feelings look so real, and adds feelings to it, and sounds and smells, and so we get totally into the thinking and the feeling we have, and it looks so real, and what's hidden from view when we go into all these feelings, and it might be fear, it might be anxiousness, it might be insecurity, it might be anger, but it also might be happiness, but it's covering what's really there. It's covering what's underneath it all, what's always there, what was always there and will always be there. And that's the okayness, the universal energy we are a part of. In the three principles, we call it mind. Mind is always, mind is what we are. We could also say pure love is what we are. The oneness is what we are. Everybody has different words for it, but and look and see what the word is that's most appealing to you. But that's always there. If only for a moment the thinking gets less compelling, you fall back into this silent being okay. And for me, that's really, really helpful to see. And it is always also really, really helpful to look in that direction.
Yeah.
Maybe sometimes a bit more on purpose.
But also, I think, as you're saying that, like what like I'm thinking about, walking through this covered garden, right? And our eyes get caught by the bluebells and the poppies and the peonies and the roses, because they're really easy to see, right? Like it's easier to see things in the world of form, and that interplay of the three principles to create this experience in life, like through thought. Sometimes I think that we hear something like that and think, well, I need to get rid of thought in order to find this quieter place. And what I love is that it looks so compelling, and it looks so interesting, and it looks so fabulous, and that's the point of it, right? Like it's the point of life is to be having an experience of a human life, right? Like that is the point. And so we get that, but it's like walking through the covered garden and seeing the bluebells and appreciating the power of nature, right? It's both things. It's seeing all of it, and the fact that there are bluebells does not detract in one bit from the power of nature that's underlying and creating all of it, the source of all of it. So we get both. Like, you don't have to get rid of thought in order to find it. You don't have to get rid of all the bluebells in the garden in order to find nature. It's like both and all of it. It's just that the bluebells are easier to see than the nature because they're in form. That's all.
Yeah, and for me, it's more of a realization, realizing, to use your metaphor, that the force of nature is there, and that if I have an experience, and it might be an experience I don't like, that I still on some level realize that there is this underlying force. And like we don't have real, as people, we don't have a real say over nature. I mean, sometimes, especially we in Holland, we like to think we can conquer the sea and build dikes, and we are quite good at it. But when it comes down to it, we can't conquer nature. The weather will always do what it does. Viruses will always spread the way they do, and yeah, so many more things. Trees get their trees are budding at the moment, and we can't stop them from doing so, but we also can't hurry them into doing so. And to me, the same. It's the same with the force of nature. That, I mean, we are part of that force of nature. Maybe we are a product of that as well. And I find it really interesting that if we are a result of that force, we can't, we're not the ones telling the force what to do and where to go. And for me, that's the same with thinking. If there's loads of thinking, and it's not me who can get rid of the thinking, because I'm a result of that force as much as anything else. You know what I mean? Or am I talking?
Yeah, no, and I guess just what we're trying to point to, and because we are doing these such short videos, and we could talk for a lot longer, but I guess what we're pointing to is there is a whole other that we don't see. You know, going back to your covered garden, that's the point. There's something else beyond just getting compelled by the bluebells. There's something else than just what the thoughts that are going on in your head and the life that appears in front of your eyes. There's something behind all of that. It's invisible, it's formless, it's really hard to talk about. But there's something there that I had not ever considered before I bumped into this conversation, and that the exploration of which brings a profound peace and calmness into life, and a simplicity to life, and a more of an ease and a grace with life, if you're willing to consider and look in that direction. Would that be an accurate summary?
I think so. Yeah. It's a beautiful summary.
Cool.
And I was thinking this from the two women who only 10 years ago were like, our conversations were so different back then.
Yeah. Oh, God knows what our conversation would have been today if we were having it back then. Well, I would have been rocking in a corner crying because I'd be so panicked right now.
And I would be telling you that there were things to do.
Yeah, you'd be telling us there's things to do. I'd be knowing there's things to do, but rocking in a corner crying because I'd be so panicked. And here we are able to laugh about it in a light-hearted way. So there you go.